And we are back with another episode of the J. Niles Road to the Show here in MLB 17, the show. Here we have a matchup between the Jumbo Shrimp and the Jacksonville Generals, as there you see his numbers on the season. 6 starts, 2-2 record here in the top half of the first. 2 on, 1 out, 0-2 count with this guy, grounds out to third, and Niles gets himself the inning-ending double play that he needs there to get out of that jam. So still scoreless at the end of a 1, and now we've got J. Niles coming to the plate for an at-bat. First and second, 1 out, and J. Niles is going to rip one to left field. It's going to get over the glove of the diving left fielder who misses it, and J. Niles, look at this, a bases-clearing RBI double for the pitcher. Somehow, someway, attributes to his own cause. So 2-0 lead to work with now, top half of the third. Gets this guy to go down looking on the fastball. So still scoreless are the Jackson Generals. Now top 4, 2 outs, 1 on. Gets this guy to go down swinging on the sweeping curve. Hooks him on the outside half. So still scoreless are the Jackson Generals. Move on to the top of the 5th. 0-2 count. Nobody out, nobody on. Blows the fastball right by this guy. That was the first out of the inning. And then later on in the top half of the 5th, there's a runner on first. 2 outs. And he blows the fastball down and away past this guy. And then he gets out of that inning, also allowing no runs. So now moving on to the top half of the 6th inning. 2 out, 1 on. As Niles gives up, or induces a ground ball, I should say, and then tosses over to first as the second baseman, and still scoreless at the end of 6. So now top 7, 1 on, 1 out, strikes this guy out with the circle change. Now there's 2 on, or 1 out, 1 on, 2 out, as I should say. And then 0-2 count on this guy. He is going to pop it up into shallow left field. Brandon Barnes is there to put that one away. So then that is going to end things for J. Niles. Start that game. He does get the win, though. 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, and no earned runs. He gets the dub, just like I just said. And now we move on to his next start, this time against the Pensacola Blue Wahoos. And the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp already have a 1-0 lead, but Niles getting himself a bit of a trouble as he walks the leadoff guy. Next batter comes up. He's going to hit one to left field, bloops in front of Barnes. So just like that, there's runners on first and second with nobody out. Niles in a bit of a jam to start things off. This guy hits a ground ball. You think it's going to be a double play, but the infield just screws it up, and instead it's bases loaded with nobody out. So now 0-2 count to the 3-hitter. He goes down looking on the third pitch. Curveball nicks the outside half, backdoors it on him. And now there's 1 out, bases loaded, 1-1 count. And this time, he actually induces the inning-ending double play. Bases loaded, no outs, no big deal. J. Niles gets out of it. Pitching out of jams. Bottom of the 2nd now, still 1-0 Jacksonville lead. As this guy strikes out on the big curveball. Got that pitch working today, as he's been able to place it for strikes and get people to swing through it so far early on in this game. Still bottom half of the 2nd. This guy strikes out as well, so there's 2 Ks in the bottom half of the 2nd for J. Niles. Move on to bot 3. Nobody on, 1 out. Another strikeout on the big curveball. That time it's a drop third strike, so the ball gets tossed over to first to retire the batter. Now we move on to the 4th. Still a 1-0 Jacksonville lead, and then this guy is going to jack one to left field. It's just going to keep carrying, and that's a solo shot for the Pensacola Blue Wahoos as they tie the game up. Niles just can't get any run support, so it's still 1-1. Now bottom 5th, 1 on, 2 outs, 1-2 count, and he hits the batter. So 2 runners on now with 2 outs. Niles in a bit of a jam with a runner in scoring position, but then he gets this guy to pop up into the shallow outfield. Shortstop ranges back, and he puts it away for the final out of J. Niles' outing. He goes 5 innings, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 earned run, but the bullpen blows it, and he gets a no decision for that game. And then after that game, J. Niles would have a little meeting with his manager where he's basically like, "You've been pitching pretty well. Don't think the people upstairs haven't noticed." And he answers pretty cocky, because he's J. Niles. He's the Raw Dog. What else is he going to do? And then the Pope is like, "Oh, you're pretty confident, I see." So now moving on to another J. Niles start here, as there you see his numbers, 8 starts, 3-2 record, 1.82 ERA. Top half of the first batter of the game, 2-0 count with his high stirrups. He's going to slap one past the third baseman into left field. Barnes will field that one. He'll get it into the cutoff man, but the leadoff guy has himself a double. So not good there for Niles, as instantly there's a guy in scoring position. This guy lays down a bunt, moves him over to third, and also gets an infield hit, or it's going to be said an error, I guess, because they say no base hit, but the guy is on first base. So runners on the corners, no outs for the Montgomery Biscuits, and then the guy is going to go and steal second. So Niles dealing with a second and third, and nobody out situation here in the top half of the first. 0-2 count to Ramon Russell. He goes down on the curveball. Still got that pitch working for Niles. So now it's runners on second and third with 1 out. And now the next batter up, 1-2 count on him. Niles winds, fires, and he's going to get pop up to the third baseman. Nobody's moving up on that. So just like that, it's 2 outs now, second and third. Niles can relax a bit, but he still needs to get out of it. Full count. And this guy blows the fastball right past him, gets out of it. Second and third, nobody out. Doesn't matter. J. Niles working out of jams. Now we move on to the top half of the second. Still scoreless for both teams. One out, nobody on, as this guy goes down swinging. And now we move on to the top 3. 2-2 count on the leadoff hitter in top 3. He goes down on the fastball, blows it by him up and in. Can't catch up to it. Niles got every pitch working so far. And here in the top of the 4th, 2 outs, 1 on second. Strikes this guy with the big curveball there. Once again, he's got that pitch working really well these past few starts. And now we move on to the top half of the 5th. Still scoreless for both teams. Nobody is getting any run support, either pitcher. And now Niles fields it himself, fires over to first, and retires the runner. So through 6, he's got himself a scoreless game. Top 7 now, 1-2 count. This guy is going to bloop one into left field as Barnes did not lay out for it. He could not get to it in time either. And that's going to be the end of Niles' day because, oh, he allowed a single. Well, I mean, you get out of 2 second and third jams with no outs, but you get allow a single, we're taking you out there. So he gets taken out, 6 innings, 4 hits, and 8 strikeouts, and then the bullpen blows it, of course, in the top of the 9th, so he gets a no decision. Move on to the next start here, bottom half of the 1st, against the Biloxi Shuckers, as the leadoff hitter is going to hit one the deep, or not a leadoff hitter, the third hitter of the first inning is going to hit the deep center field, but it's going to be caught, so no runs on the board. Now bottom 2, 2 outs, ground ball to first, struggles with it over at first, but he recovers and makes the play anyways. Now we move on to the bottom half of the 3rd, 1 on, nobody outs. This guy's going to hit one to the second baseman, and they're going to turn a 4-6-3 double play to back up J. Niles. And that would make it 2 outs. He would get through the inning, though. And now we have bottom half of the 4th. 2 outs, nobody on. Gets a nice little ground ball over to shortstop. That's an easy play for the shortstop. He fires across the diamond. And then the first baseman scoops it. So at the end of 4, still nothing has come across for the Shuckers. But here they have runner on 3rd. And it's going to be hit up the middle for a single, for a 2-out RBI single for the Biloxi Shuckers, as they tie the game at 1. Now still bottom 5, runner on first, 2 outs. This guy is going to go and bloop one in front of, or like little soft line drive, not really a bloop, in front of Barnes in left field. So we have first and second now for the Shuckers for Niles to work out of. 2-2 count on this guy, though. He's not going to allow any more runs. Strikes it out, blows the fastball right by him. So it's a 1-1 game at the end of 5. Move on to the bottom half of the 6th. 2 outs, nobody on. They got some run support, so it's a 3-1 lead for him. But this guy's going to bloop it in front of Barnes in left. So it is now, gives him a single, and the coach is like, nah, can't be doing that. Can't be getting up singles, takes him out. J. Niles comes out of the game. And at the end of that start, he has a 5 2/3 innings pitched, 6 hits given up, 5 strikeouts, but he gave up only 1 run and got the W. And that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of the J. Niles Road to the Show. There you see his stats so far through the season, 15 games played. He is a 4-2 record with a 1.62 ERA in 10 games started, 61 innings pitched, and 77 strikeouts with, I believe, 4 saves in that time he was a closer. So, like I said, that's going to wrap things up. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I'm saying goodbye.
trying to make a new song for you to rock to. Even though the work week sucked, I still got you, got to. This shit is up in my jeans. When shit gets tough, I just gotta release. Throw a fist up, fuck it, beat up the beat. I sure ain't Jersey, but I'm sexing the beach. Oh no, the drinks got me running off the mouth now. But it's cool, cause you'll never see me kowtow.